Tar Heels put up a good effort, but as you can see right here, it was not to be. Jeremy Fears Jr. leads number 11 Michigan State to victory over number 16 North Carolina with 19 points. This report comes to us by AP, and it states, Fort Myers, Florida. Jeremy Fears Jr. scores 19 points, and number 11 Michigan State pulls away to beat number 16 North Carolina 74-58 in the Fort Myers tip-off this Thursday. Yes, this Thanksgiving Thursday. By the way, guys, just in case I forget, happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Fears, who came in leading the nation in assists at more than 10 per game, added 7 assists. Carson Cooper had 14 points. Cam Ward, that's right, Cam Ward. Cam Ward had 11, and Jackson Kohler 10, along with 11 rebounds for his third double-double of the season. Caleb Wilson led North Carolina 6-1 with 18 points. Henry Vesar had 13, and Luka, is it Bogovac? I'll get it right before it's all over, guys. Bogovac added 11, and the Tar Heels shot just 38% from the field, 21 of 55, and as you guys will see here in a minute, almost half of those 55 came from three-point range. We just did not shoot the outside shot well today. Michigan State 7-0, went 5 of 10 on three-pointers, while North Carolina went 4 of 23. The Spartans also had a 20-5 margin in bench points, so their bench came off and played a really good game. Wilson led the Tar Heels to an early 25-15 lead. And at that point, I'll tell you, it looked like, it's either going to be a close game. Carolina might just pull away on these guys, or, it's just going to come down to the wire. But I never thought Michigan State would have or create such a large margin by the end of the game. However, the Spartans tightened their defense and held North Carolina scoreless for more than 4.5 minutes during a 13-0 run to go up 28-22. Cooper's left-hand slam off an alley-oop pass from Fears highlighted the run, and it did. It changed the momentum of the game. Michigan State led 33-28 at halftime, and I said Michigan State because I had a tendency through the whole game to just say Michigan, and those are two different teams. Although in the Big Ten, Michigan is ahead of Michigan State right now, if I'm not mistaken. But that's beside the point. Let's continue. With play speeding up in the second half, the Spartans increased their lead. Kohler's three-pointer put Michigan State ahead 53-44. North Carolina drew within 55-52, but the Spartans responded with a 9-0 run. After making a three-pointer, Fears fed Ward for a layup. A few minutes later, Fears hit a high arcing bank shot, didn't call it, in the paint with the shot clock at 0 to put the Spartans up 66-54 with 4 minutes and 26 seconds left. And at that point, I was like, Carolina, now they cannot afford to come down and have any empty possessions. Michigan State has won 3 of the last 4 between the teams. Next up, Michigan State will open Big Ten play at home against Iowa on Tuesday, and North Carolina will travel to Kentucky also on Tuesday. It was an even game to begin with. Like I said, I didn't think Michigan State would have that big of a margin at the end of the game, because it just looked like it was going to be a real tight game, or Carolina will pull away. And at halftime, Michigan State led, but I still felt like Carolina could win it. They did shut Caleb Wilson down for a long portion of the second half. But at the beginning of the game, Vesar was shut down. Vesar only had 2 points at the beginning of the game. So Vesar could not score. Bogovac could not score. And Caleb was basically carrying Carolina at that time. The roles almost switched now. Caleb did have a little spurt there in the second half, and Vesar started off strong, but whatever Carolina did, Michigan matched it. Nothing more heartbreaking for the Carolina fans, or embarrassing to the Carolina fans, than Fears scoring the last 4 points of the game as the time ran out. Like, it was just at a point where Carolina just could not stop them. Carolina's defense is going to have to step it up. They're going to have to step it up. Now, in the grand scheme of things, if you look at a college basketball, if you look at a team that scores 74 points, you hold a team to 74, at being Carolina, you're like, okay, we can still win this game. We usually are going to win that game, but Carolina can only muster 58 points. A lack of ball movement. They only had 9 assists, and just poor shooting from the outside. We shot 23 threes, and if I'm not mistaken, our percentage was like 19%, like something close to that. I think it was 4 for 23. So it might have been even worse than that. If Carolina can't figure out how to score outside, if they're going to shoot that many threes. Michigan State only took 10. They hit 5 of them, so they shot 50%, but Carolina shot 23, if I'm not mistaken, and only hit 4. So if we're going to shoot outside, we're going to have to, we got to make shots. And at this point, we do not have a shooter. They'll shoot it, but they don't have a shooter, or we don't have a shooter. So it was kind of disheartening, and this really shows you why we need Trimble to get back. Don't know when he's going to come back. They said it could be sooner than they expected. I was thinking maybe he could be fully healed and ready to go by March Madness, but some are saying it could be earlier than that. But yeah, we miss his leadership. We're missing his consistent scoring of like what double figures every game for the most part, and the defense is one big thing we're missing from Trimble. Like I said on the stream, guys, Coach Gary, you gotta let it go. All right, we gotta move on. Because next Tuesday we have Kentucky, and so we better be ready. Woo! We better be ready. Thanks for joining me today. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm Coach G. This is Coach G TV, and I'll see you guys next time.